because not only is this not only do we want to get some information out, but we also want to make it fun. We want to make sure that you guys want to tune in, find out, the great thing to learn that's new and happening here at Dealer Inspire, but also have a good time. So one of one of the things we're going to do is we're going to start doing a little trivia. So I think this is going to be fun. So if you know the answer, great. You can send it to me by the chat. But this one is he was one of the founding members of the Beatles, but was fired from the group in August 1962 before the Fab Four made their first recording. What was his name?
No Googling.
No Googling.
Honor system.
We'll find out. We'll get the answer at the end of the webinar. Another quick little note. Dealer Inspire is going to be hosting the first annual Innovation Awards. This is a part of our 5th annual holiday extravaganza. We're reaching a milestone. We're 5 years old. We're potty trained. We're going to school. Everything is great. We're wearing our big boy pants. So Dealer Inspire is going to be inviting automotive industry leaders from across the country. And this event will recognize dealers who have innovated with the Dealer Inspire website platform to reach new heights in online automotive marketing. We're going to be doing that December 3rd. So you guys are going to be hearing a lot more about that. So I want you, we know who you are, and we also know some people who really want to get in there in the platform and really make it work, press it to its limits, push the envelope, move fast, break stuff. Let's get this. This is a collaborative effort. Let's see what you guys have. We know we've seen some amazing pages created. We've learned some functionalities that are coming up. So definitely put that on your calendar. You'll be hearing more from it. And that's it. So you all know me. I'm Shawnee, the training evangelist here, and bringing you all kinds of great information. And with me today, you guys, she's so shy, so nervous, Katie G. She's amazing. Look at that picture. I mean, come on. She's a social media guru here. And she finally agreed to sit with me and have a chat about social media. We're going to debunk some lies. Hey, Katie.
Hi, Shawnee.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. So, the cool thing is we got this amazing setup. We got one of our colleagues brought in, like, this is a recording studio. Like,
legit.
This is legit. Like, I may drop some rhymes. I may. However, I'm going to try to, keep it a little streamlined here. But it kind of looks like almost like an NPR setup a little bit, so.
Where's Ira when you need him?
I know, right? No sweaty balls. So we do have beer though, so it's like NPR with PBR kind of.
Brilliant. We should have a different show called that.
I think so. There we go. Money. It's trademark. Don't touch it. All right, Katie. I'm gonna let you take over, and I'm gonna let you do your thing, and let's do this. Let's teach people.
Sounds good. Hi, everyone. Like Shawnee said, I'm Katie Garrity, the social media manager here at Launch Digital, and today I'm going to debunk some social media myths that you may have heard. Now, I can probably guess that almost all of you have your businesses on at least one social media platform, whether that's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Pinterest, and that's an awesome place to start. You're out there, you're a piece of the World Wide Web. Social media can be a very gratifying marketing platform when it comes to your business, but it can also often be a difficult domain for businesses to maneuver. There's a lot of information out there on the best times to post, the best content to post, the best social outlets to use when posting. It can be overwhelming for any business that wants to make their brand more visible, and it's getting harder and harder to do this organically. And organically means totally based off of content, and it does not involve any boosted posts or paid ads. Facebook makes it especially hard to be seen organically with the powers of EdgeRank controlling who sees your content, how often, and even the time of day. You've probably been told a lot of things when it comes to branding your business on social media, and a lot of those things are probably lies.
Lies.
And I'm here to help debunk those and get down to the truth.
All right,
so let's start with content. I love using the term lifestyle post when it comes to talking about social media content strategy. Basically, a lifestyle post is a post on your social platforms that does not ask your followers or customers to do anything. You're not asking them to go check out your inventory. You're not asking them to like your Facebook page or share a blog post. You're just posting something interesting, relevant, clever, funny, something relatable, something shareable. It can be a photo of a new staff member at your dealership. It can be a holiday post wishing your followers a happy Arbor Day.
You make a really great point there. If I interject for a second, because
Okay.
I know that a lot of times I get questions like, how do I build more content? How do I get more SEO? How do I get the word out there and really kind of, pump up our brand?
DI, how do you get the word out?
DI, how do I do this stuff? And I like the fact that you brought up about lifestyle posts right off the bat,
For
because
sure.
oftentimes, especially within your own company, there's that, and I'm discovering this with my coworkers. I'm always amazed at the artists, the sculptors, we have an Emmy award winner
Yeah,
here.
we do. I think she's listening.
Probably. So we have so much talent. I mean,
Yes.
we can start a band, we could start our own show. The talent is crazy. And the same is happening in your dealership. So you got that person running a marathon, right?
Totally.
So, maybe they're running a marathon and that's something that you want to put out there. Maybe you're sponsoring them.
For
So
sure.
now your name is attached to,
Yeah.
this marathon. It's organic. You're not asking
Real
anything.
actual human. You're humanizing your business, and on social media that's really important.
Right. Builds trust and all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Right? All right.
Yeah, Sean, you got it. Okay, so as you guys can see here, we have a great example of what I'm referring to when I'm talking about a lifestyle post. This customer was super excited to see that Cox Auto had posted a photograph of her spouse, and their new Chevy truck. She even went to the Cox Auto Facebook page, liked it, shared it, and commented. This is an awesome place to start. Not only did this post automatically get shared on the post to page section of the official Chevy Trucks page, because as you can see, Cox Auto tagged the Chevy Trucks page, but now all of her friends can see this as well, because she tagged us in her comment where she thanked us. Now that Linda knows the dealership cares about her business and thanked her publicly, she's a lot more likely to tell her friends about where she got her car and what an awesome experience she had. On top of this is a way that people share off their new vehicles now. If you buy a car at a dealership and you don't upload it to social media and show all your friends, did you buy the car?
Whoa.
Well, yes.
Deep.
Obviously you did.
Pics or it didn't happen.
Exactly. But the days of just driving around and showing off your wheels are done. People post their pictures of their new vehicles on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and everyone can see the new car immediately. It'd be pretty sweet if your dealership got tagged and mentioned and all that stuff as well. It's publicity for you guys. When creating lifestyle posts, you just need to remember that your job is to remind your followers that there's a person behind all those posts. You want to humanize your page. It's important to relate back to your fans. You want to make them loyal, and to do that, you need to relate back to them. It's as easy as taking a photo of a customer with their new car and thanking them for their business. Moving on, hanging with the locals. Another really simple way to increase reach and engagement organically is to share relevant local content. You may have been told that people don't want to know all that personal stuff going on at the dealership, and all that social media marketing is good for is selling, but that's not true. Social media was made for storytelling and humanizing your business and appreciating your customers. Get to know your community, show your fans that you love where you're located, and they'll show you love back. And as you can see, here's an awesome example of what I'm referring to. This is another example from the Cox Chevy Mazda Facebook page. And they just shared a beautiful picture of their dealership underneath a pretty impressive double rainbow.
Double rainbow!
So myself, wow, double rainbow.
I'm crying.
You can see that it not only perfectly represents Florida with the blue skies, the palm trees, and utilizing a common Florida hashtag, but it also stays relevant to the brand and to Chevy by tagging the official Chevy Facebook page. So they tagged the Chevy page, and so now that post is going to the posts to page section of the Chevy page itself, which has probably millions of fans.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big deal, Shawnee. This is a great example of content crafted for an audience. People from Florida are going to share this, and people from Florida are going to see this, which is Cox Auto's target customer base. They're in Bradenton, Florida. Not to mention, they reached 800 people, along with 63 likes, comments, and shares for an organic post that is competing with tons of other content on Facebook. This is pretty cool to see. You want your fans on social to know that you're not just a robot asking them to buy. You want to let them know that you care about their community. But lifestyle posts aren't just for fun. You might be wondering, okay, that's awesome, but how do I sell a car? Or two? That's a very valid concern, but don't worry, there's a method to my madness.
I sure hope so.
Do you believe me?
I have a question for you. So I have a question. So would you say that this is, social media, would it benefit, like the tier three, like the neighborhood dealerships? Would it benefit more the bigger metropolitan, tier two dealerships, or, who does this benefit?
I think it benefits everybody who owns a business who wants to bring social media presence to their pages. I think that as long as you're, caring about your local community, like even if you go on and you like the local news station's Facebook pages and you're sharing that stuff and you're saying like, hey, we know what's going on in the community too. Or if a business is located in like Kansas City and you post something about the Kansas City Royals, I don't know why I picked them of all the places.
Yeah, awesome. Kansas City's great.
Yeah, there you go. Just sharing that stuff can really make a huge difference because people care about cars, but they also care about other relevant stuff that's going on in their community.
All right. Thank you for answering that.
Oh, you are so welcome. So, like I said before, a lifestyle post is shareable, valued content that your followers would want to like, comment on, and share with their own friends. Well, lifestyle posts also help boost up your page's edge rank. And if you're not familiar with what edge rank is, let me delve a little deeper. There's Grumpy Cat for you.
Grumpy Cat thinks edge rank is lame too.
Yeah, he does. So basically, edge rank, or what used to be called edge rank, Facebook doesn't really call this newsfeed algorithm anything anymore, but we'll stick with that for continuity's sake. It's the algorithm that Facebook uses to determine which stories appear in each user's newsfeed. So it gets a little complicated, so I'll try to go slow through this.
Right.
Whenever someone visits their newsfeed, there's around 1,500 stories waiting to be seen from the friends, the people, and the pages that they follow. Since the average person doesn't have time to read through 1,500 posts, Facebook's algorithm prioritizes these stories to show users what they're most likely to be interested in. It's definitely changed a lot when it comes to Facebook and made it much harder for businesses' social presence to be seen, which is a pretty big bummer. For example, in the past, when a Facebook business page posted something, there was a good chance that all of your fans would have the opportunity to see that post in their newsfeed. When EdgeRank came along, that was unfortunately no longer the case. Nowadays, you may have 11,000 Facebook fans, but with the new algorithm, there's a possibility that only 300 people will see that. This is a really big bummer for businesses who really care about their social media presence, like all you guys listening. But this is where the power of the lifestyle post comes into play. We can work the system a little bit. So let's break this down. This newsfeed Facebook algorithm decides which stories appear in each user's newsfeed. And just to get like really down to basics, a newsfeed is the summary of what's been happening recently among your friends on Facebook.
All that stuff that makes you feel depressed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Or happy.
Yeah, or happy.
And EdgeRank hides the posts that they deem not appealing. So if your story doesn't score well, no one will see it. Every action your Facebook friends take is a potential newsfeed post. Facebook calls these actions edges. That means whenever a friend or a page you like posts a status update, comments on a status update, or tags a photo, it generates an edge. And a story about that edge might show up in a user's personal newsfeed. Living on the edge.
Living on the edge.
Aerosmith style. You know.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be completely overwhelming if the newsfeed showed all of the possible stories from your friends and all the pages you liked. So Facebook created this algorithm to predict how interesting each story will be to each individual user. Here's an example. If you like almost all of your sister's Facebook statuses, Facebook will take note of that and make sure that you see more of your sister's posts going forward. So let's switch that up for your business page. If you post something really engaging, photos or videos, you have a fan that continually likes that engaging content, there's a much higher chance that your post will show up in his or her newsfeed again and again. And this includes call to action posts such as, hey, come to our website and schedule a test drive, or hey, check out our inventory. You've edged out the competition.
I see what you did there. All right.
I enjoy a good pun every now and then.
So that explains a lot, because I know that there's, especially in the beginning, Facebook, when I got on there was, you kind of saw everything. But then after a while, you start remembering, oh, hey, I haven't seen a post from this page that I liked or this person that I liked, and you're like,
Totally.
why did they block me? And you start getting all upset,
Don't
like
take it
you
personal,
know, they
Shawnee.
unfriended you. But this is what's happening, right? EdgeRank is
Totally.
being lame.
Yes,
Okay.
it's totally taking over. And I mean, there are some features nowadays where you have a little bit more control over what you do see, but for the most part, if you like 500 pages, it just doesn't even make sense for all 500 of those people and all of their posts to show up on your stuff.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Cool. And this is why lifestyle posts are so important, because you want to see that kind of stuff, and businesses want people to see that kind of stuff. They humanize your page. Again, like I said, they are the shareable and likable content that helps boost your edge rank. So if people are going ahead and liking those lifestyle posts, like the double rainbow,
Mm-hmm.
they're more likely to see a schedule your test drive come later afterwards because they've already liked previous things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, got it?
Okay, yeah, that's just making sense, right?
Smell what I'm stepping in?
All right. Okay.
And they're the small steps necessary to get you to a place where you can ask your followers to actually do something. Like buy your product, schedule a test drive on your website. The truth is that content is key, and contrary to what you may have been told, it's a huge aspect of your social media presence. The content you post will help tell the story of your brand and help you gain followers in the process. So now we're going to move on to aesthetics, visual appeal.
Yes.
So content is key, but along with having appealing content, you need to have an appealing page to go along with it. This means you cannot, under any circumstances, have an egg as your Twitter profile picture.
No eggs.
No eggs. For those who are unfamiliar with the egg, it's the default avatar that Twitter gives to every new account's profile picture. Many companies will change this right away, but you'd be surprised about how many people are content to just tweet away about their business with the drawing of an egg as their profile photo. This will stay as their visual representation for weeks and even months after setting up their account. This is not good. The whole point of the egg is that you're just starting off on Twitter. You're the egg when you should be the bird. Tweet, Twitter.
So egg come first. Got it.
Yes. You don't want your users or potential customers to think you're new to the social game. You need to get on social, legitimize, and take the small steps like uploading a photo of your logo to replace the Twitter egg. That's a really awesome starting off point. Okay. So you may have been told these things like, hey, that doesn't really matter, or why do I need to update my profile picture, or do I really need to have a thorough about section? But guess what? You do. It's really important to keep things visually appealing.
Yeah, I mean, and also, again, that makes sense because we are visual creatures, so it's
Totally.
like I'm going to trust, something that has a picture and I can learn more about them in their summary page than just like, than an egg.
Absolutely.
So.
You'll probably scroll right by if you see a Twitter account that has an egg. You're going to be like, spam.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally. So here's a funny tweet I came across when I was working on this webinar, and it says, I have a Pavlovian thing that I can't take you seriously on Twitter until you've updated your avatar from the egg, which, legit.
Toes.
I feel like a lot of people feel that way. And I'm sure you can relate to my next little anecdote. Whenever I'm scouring the internet for somewhere to eat or a place to get my nails done, I base a lot of my decision on where to go on the quality and relevance of the company's social platforms. And I'm sure you can relate to this. If you see a company that doesn't have any photos or their posts have grammatical errors, they haven't updated in like 5 years, or worse, they have a wrong phone number, I'm way less likely to explore it any further. It's become less credible in my eyes, and I'm done and on to the next one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Small details like your Twitter profile picture are important, and it can make or break you faster than you can type your next 140 characters. You like that one?
I do like that one. Nice.
Not changing your profile picture. Not changing your profile picture from the default shows that you don't really care about your social presence. If you're sending out the most interesting stuff in the world, like you have amazing sales and specials or links to really awesome comparison pages or blog posts, letting your profile picture stay as the default egg avatar means you either aren't tech savvy enough to change it, too lazy, or you just don't care. And I know that everybody listening does care because you're listening. And I know you want to change that stuff. Plus, since so many spammers create accounts and fail to change their avatar from the egg, you'll scare off potential followers and customers who think you're just another bot, like Shawnee said. If you're scrolling through your Twitter feed and you see a tweet that has an egg, it's very rare that someone will think, oh, that's a legitimate business.
Right. One of the things that I'm thinking about is, and you might get to this, I'm not sure, but I know, with Facebook and with Twitter, I also check to see, okay, who else has favorited it?
Totally.
Who else has retweeted this? And that is also going to lend legitimacy to whatever business I'm looking at. So if I'm seeing, you may be the greatest business in the world, but none of my friends are,
100%.
checking you out, I may be like, well,
Totally.
I'm not going to do it
Totally
either.
agree, which is where we go back to the lifestyle post with the woman who shared her picture of her with her car. You say, oh, she shared that picture. They must be a cool dealership. Like, they take pictures of their people with their cars. I mean,
Right.
it huge friends of friends, and that makes a big difference.
Okay.
Moving on. Just to back up this point even further, I found something in a Forbes article that they're even on board with this idea. 2 of their top 10 steps to getting more likes for a business Facebook page was to have clean, relevant, and appropriate profile and cover photos. You can see number 4. Choose a cover photo that is visually dynamic, captures people's attention, and lures them in to take a closer look at your page's content. Number 5, choose an appropriate profile photo. Your profile photo is the smaller image that appears on your Facebook page and as your avatar on all posts and photos that you publish on Facebook. So a profile picture is really important here, because if the chances are people who don't already like your page, if they see something, it's going to be in their newsfeed. And if they see your profile picture and it's a blurry photo or something that has nothing to do with your dealership, they're probably not going to click over. And we want to capture people's attention.
Right.
We want you guys to stand out. It's important to keep your page fresh, current, and visually appealing. To avoid getting stuck in Twitter egg territory, I recommend doing a quarterly audit on all of your social platforms. That means you need to make sure your profile picture is crisp, current, and sized correctly. If all else fails, it's best practice to make your profile picture your dealership's logo, maybe in a bright color to stand out. That way, customers and fans know who you are, and your brand is right there in their face. Maybe make it pink during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, or change it up if you're running an awesome social campaign. Though these are minor changes, they can make a huge difference. Here's an example from a social campaign we ran for Bill K. Chevrolet last spring. These updates, while they were smaller changes, really drove home the campaign. Not only did they further push along the goal, which was to get people to enter to win a chance to meet hockey player Andrew Shaw. Shawsome. But it just looks really cool. As you can see, it just looks cool. And our team had such a fun time coming up with these ideas and really making this the focus of the contest. And it was all based around the dealership's social media platforms anyway. So it really all worked out. Moving on to our last myth. You may have been told that it doesn't really matter when you post on social, and it's really all about what you post. But I'm here to tell you, Shawnee, and everyone listening, that's not true.
Okay. Well, this is actually good to know, because I had no idea that it mattered. I figured it would be seen when it got seen, but as long as it's engaging, it'll get seen. But apparently, you got to time it.
What about a drink, Shawnee?
What about a drink? Lame sometimes.
And content is key, which you guys know, we went through that before, but timing matters too. And I found a really great quote by Dane Atkinson of Sumall, and he said it best. He said, having the right content is great, but knowing the time of day when people are most receptive to posts is invaluable for companies that need to run efficient campaigns. The best content in the world still runs the risk of being unseen on social media, because contrary to what you may have heard, timing matters. That is the truth. There's so much information out there about optimal times to post. Some people say that midday is best for Twitter, early evening is best for Facebook, mornings are great for Google+, if any of y'all are on Google+. And the truth is, you're in my circle, right, Shawnee?
I think so.
Are we acquaintances or are we friends?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know. I put you in the who the hell is this? I'm kidding.
Okay. The truth is that there's no right answer here. It's a lot of trial and error and a lot of analyzing your reporting. While those general times of day are an awesome place to start, taking a deeper look and doing a bit more analysis when it comes to timing of posting can really benefit your social presence. Fortunately, for all of us, there are tools we can use to help us post our content at optimal times, such as the When Your Fans Are Online feature from Facebook. Are you familiar with this?
No, but I was just about to ask that question, so this is great.
Well, here we go. Strap in.
Knowledge.
Strap in. This is a facet of Facebook Insights that shows a graph of not only the days of the week, but also the specific times of day when your followers are on Facebook, your specific followers for your post. While Facebook Insights does have some kinks to work out, this is a really helpful tool. When your fans are online, it's a great tool to use on a weekly basis, as it does change week to week. It will help you make sure you're posting your content at the optimal times that will get you more reach and engagement. It's important to ensure that your posts will be seen, that they're not just floating around there in Facebook land, and utilizing insights is a great way to start. So as you can see here in this screenshot that I put up here, Facebook breaks down user usage by day and then by time. On Thursday, this client had 6,964 of its fans active on Facebook that day. Over 3,000 of those were around 3 p.m. This would probably be a good time to test out a post and see how it does. And this is a great tool, but good common sense can also work in your favor here too. Do not post any social platform at 2 a.m. because chances are people are sleeping. Try to avoid Friday and Saturday nights. And I've really found that Sunday nights are a great time to post. After working here for a year, I found that Sunday nights have been the absolute best time. People are at home, watching TV, scrolling through social on their phones. You kind of have to get in the mind of your customers and fan base in this way. Friday and Saturday nights, people like to go out and do stuff. Less time is spent mindlessly trolling social. Sunday nights are for relaxing and mentally prepping for another work week. I don't know about you, but Sunday night for me is my couch, my husband, my dog, and lots of social media scrolling. I think lots of us are that way.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, people like to escape the Monday worries for a hot minute and maybe see what's going on social. And for a lot of us, that means going to social and unwinding. So don't forget Sunday Fun Day.
I'll remember that. Sunday Fun Day.
Now you'll never forget.
Saturday night's all right for fighting, and
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. And Ben & Jerry's fits in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel you. Okay, when it comes to being successful organically on social, the struggle is there. And it can be done, though it takes time. It's a process, so you have to be patient with it. In the meantime, work on creating engaging, relevant, and shareable content. Make sure that your fans are feeling appreciated and noticed. Create lifestyle posts that can really help boost your EdgeRank score. And don't forget that the little things can make a big difference. Up-to-date profile pictures, cover photos, up-to-date about sections, they really legitimize your business. And lastly, keep up with a consistent posting schedule while often checking in to see what's working and what's not. It's a lot of trial and error, so don't get discouraged when things aren't progressing as fast as you like. Organic success is hard and it takes time. Remember, you want your followers who engage with you and share your content. Organic is the best way to go anyway.
All right. Well, thank you, Katie.
You're welcome.
I know that I have a couple questions. I do want to check. Somebody said, all right, so on Sunday night, like what would you say was the best time? Like, is there even a sweet spot on Sunday nights?
For sure. So I usually do like 8 o'clock or later.
Okay.
It's like after dinner time. It's like, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but it's like TV time.
Right.
Like you're just like chilling.
Right. You're in your snuggie.
Just got your phone out and you're just on your phone.
Right. You're in your snuggie.
So I would say like try like 8, 8:30, 9. I would say between 8 o'clock and 10 p.m. 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. on Sunday nights.
Okay.
Try it out. I will.
All right.
See how it goes.
And I know I have a question. You guys, if you have, if you have any questions, please send them. Then now's the time. Let's get them while we have our expert here. Let's use your brain. Let's stretch it to its limits. So now, okay. So now here's another question. So I know that the guy we love the most in the world, our very own Alan Hain.
Yes.
Hi, Alan.
Hi, Alan.
Lawn care nut Alan. General nut Alan. I know that he, a lot of times he talks about like with YouTube, that if you go in as your with the voice of your company or whatever, and you go in and you also comment on other people's videos, and you that also helps in YouTube. Totally. Would the same thing work in Facebook or Twitter, like retweeting other people's posts or tweets,
totally.
Or especially if it's like you mentioned other in the Chevrolet top
totally.
Tier 1.
Yes, I think that it does not hurt to go on those official pages even fan pages and groups. So like Chevy truck fans, I'm sure there's something out there. Camaro fans, going in there and just like dropping by and saying, hey, what's up? Like definitely, there's no harm in that. It can possibly bring you some visitors for sure.
Okay. All right, great.
I would do it.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Do you want to know my favorite color?
Favorite ice cream? They're on here just chatting. Everybody's like,
hi guys,
just having a good time. All right. Oh, yes. What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue.
Blue. All right. Nice. Nice, cool color.
Yeah.
Nice, cool color.
No.
All right. So, here we go. Okay. So, Tricia wants to know, what do you say to businesses who don't think social media is pertinent to their business? So, and let me know, Tricia, if I'm kind of paraphrasing this right. So, maybe, somebody has like, well, our clients aren't on social media. Our clients don't, the last thing they did was MySpace and they have no idea. So, what kind of, arguments, stats, data could you show to show that, hey, social media is happening for all ages, all,
I mean,
demographics?
I kind of stand by it. Like, if your business isn't on social media, like, you don't exist. I don't know. Like, I feel like, especially with these new generations, like, social media is where it's at, and people are researching on social media, finding reviews on social media. So if only just for people to find reviews, I think social media is, and it's also related a lot to SEO and SEO factors, and the two go hand in hand. So social media presence and building your social media presence can also, I think, help your SEO presence.
Okay.
SEO show.
So SEO show. So it's a marketing
I don't have
platform.
any, like, straight up facts on the top of my head, but I can look that up.
Why not, Rayman? Why don't you have any facts off the top of your head? I'm gonna make one up. Yes, 98% of Facebook users are,
I mean, that's where people are. That's where just people
right.
are.
Well, I'm also seeing a generational thing here. So, before, yeah, you would listen to, traditional was it. You'd listen to the radio, the picture box. And, you didn't necessarily go on the inner tubes. But now, most people, like, we're on our phones. We're constantly mobile. We're checking those things out. And, especially the next generation, the generation that are buying cars now, they're plugged in. So,
For sure.
I want to know, don't tell me your web page. Give me your Facebook. How do I find you on Facebook? And then I can get everything else from there.
That's where your business can tell your story and really craft your brand too. There's so many options and so many ways to do that, and it's so easy to do. You don't have to like create a big productional video or anything like that. You can just snap some photos and take some videos on your phone and get to it.
Okay. All right, yeah, some great chatting going on here. That's great, guys. So yeah, Alan made a really good point that sometimes when somebody does say social media, I don't know what to, nobody's on social media. Well, they are, but as you mentioned, since it can be kind of a scary, thing to navigate,
Totally.
that maybe they're just, a little tentative, but it's, there are steps. There are steps that, get this in place first and then start off slow.
Totally agree.
I know that, we talk about consistency, with the webinars, we talk about, and of course I can't remember his name. Joe says something all the time, but, it's a guy who's doing like 800 webinars.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
Thank you, Gary Vaynerchuk. And, but it took a while,
Yeah,
I know
sure.
our very own Alan Hain, he says it took him a while to kind of like get that user base and, and follow up. So it is, something that you just have to.
Yeah, it's definitely a process and it takes time. Yeah. Slow steps.
All right.
Slow and steady.
Okay, I don't even think. Okay, chat's going on. I don't even think they have anything to do with us right now. All right. So, all right. So, thank you, Katie. That was amazing.
Thank you, Shani.
You guys, she was so nervous for this. She was so nervous. It was great. Like the first time I asked her to do a webinar, she practically cried. I think you did cry, and like she went, so panic attack. So I went and I was like, you know what? This is great. It's gonna be fun. Just relax. It's just a good time. So and she knows her stuff. Come on, guys. She's brilliant. I mean, you've seen the Facebook page.
Aww.
So,
Thanks.
so everybody, so if you see Katie, give her a high five, give her a hug, tell her how awesome she
Thanks,
was.
guys. Thank you.
And then next week we're gonna have Kara Garvey. Kara Garvey is on the paid search team.
She's awesome.
She is amazing. She's going to talk about the 4 totally innovative paid solutions your digital strategy is missing. So there are, as we talk about all the time, this is this is a platform. There's not just one thing is going to be successful. This is a network of different, platforms and strategies, and you put together to make this awesome marketing plan that will just, send traffic, generate leads, get your brand out there, and just make you a presence out there in the digital world. So make sure you check that out. You will be receiving your email about the surveys. Like I said, this survey, same questions, but we're going to be kind of changing them up, trying to get some more ideas. I know one of the things, if you could tell, the audio is really nice. And because pretty much everybody's like, okay, audio is crap. And if the audio is crap, we can't get you the information that you need. So we're working on that. And if you have any questions, how do I at dealerinspire.com. You can also reach Katie Garrity at, is it Katie G or K Garrity?
K Garrity.
K Garrity
at Digital Marketing.
Exactly. Without further ado, um, I know. Okay, I think I saw the answer in here. So the answer to our little trivia question earlier, and I think Scotty D, I think Scotty, you just know too much, man. Every time I talk with Scotty D, he's one of the developers. Like I feel like I'm back in school in a good way. I feel inspired. So so yeah, I think Scotty D was the one who got it right. I really don't have a prize. Just you're awesome.
Yay!
So that's it. Maybe I'll talk to Joe, see if we can start, getting some gift cards or incentives or something like that. So you guys, thank you so much. You are DI t-shirts. There you go. Um, you guys were amazing. Thank you so much for the comments. Keep them coming. We like to talk about these things, and yeah, we can also focus on some of the. I know somebody was asking about, talking about Instagram. We definitely can, talk about some of the other, um, social media platforms out there. I know that Pinterest. I was not going to get on Pinterest because I didn't really see the point, honestly. But I'm also the one who, when the internet first started, I was like, my brother word processor's just fine.
This won't last.
Yeah, because I'm 80 years old. So but Pinterest actually has a lot
Big
to
deal.
offer.
Big
Yeah,
deal, for sure.
and there's a lot of people on there. So yes, we'll get into those other social media platforms, and we will definitely, get some. We play for pride, not prize. That's right. That's right, Matthew. You play for my love. Love you guys. So yes, thank you so much. Thank you again, Katie.
Thanks, Shawnee.
And again, I'm Shawnee, the trainer of technologies for innovative dealers such as yourself. And we will see you next week. Can't wait for it. And we'll chat more about the amazing things here at Dealer Inspire. Thank you all.